This is about to be another wild video. All right, so this is like a whole documentary on YouTube. I'm not about to do all of this because it has nothing to do. Like he's talking about Biggie and all this. I'm about to put it right here where we're talking about now. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like a 20-minute long. Do Diddy first. Yo, pause, bro. Y'all have to watch what y'all saying. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, watch what y'all saying when we're watching certain things. Don't tell me to do nothing first right now.
Owned all of Biggie's percentage. Aside from the tens of millions of dollars in albums Big's here to see how they have used his image and his name. Christopher accepted the Diddy has been making money off Biggie for more years than Biggie was alive. There were even suspicions that Biggie was aware of how much control Puffy had over his music and tried to sign over all his new music to his infant daughter, but passed away before he could get the business deals done. Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace, has repeatedly expressed her distrust of Diddy. The truth is, Christopher accepted the illusion of a friend and mentor for about $25,000. That's the amount Puffy lured my son with. That was a lot of money for Christopher back then as a 19-year-old. She continued by saying that she was...
Bro, Biggie got signed for 25 bands? That's wild. Cash, too. I know he was hyped. Oh,
her son does not have to witness that the very people that he thought he could ride and die with wouldn't think twice about using his mother. She added, I am glad that he is not here to see how they have used his image and his name. Diddy was filthy rich, extremely powerful, and evidently
Bro, 25K, I understand that was a lot of money back then, but P. Diddy is worth more than that. Way more than that. To give a 25,000 and then it happened to be Biggie as well.
Predictable. Imagine how easy it was to leverage his power in the music industry and his
That's
personal
like, did y'all hear that ah! My ankle bone.
If you said no to him,
I hit my ankle bone.
He could blackball you, extort you, or maybe something more permanent. So consider that when we begin analyzing his history of suspicious behavior.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage!
See, this clip is mad. I'm not gonna lie. You know why I'm laughing? Because I reposted this a long time ago on my story, and this clip is probably gonna be played in court. And it's probably gonna be used against him. this didn't age well. This didn't age too well. And there's like a lot of people posted this too. I know a lot of niggas posted this.
In his history of suspicious...
Didn't he send you a bottle of Ciroc? Suck my dick, first of all. Whoever said that, suck my dick. First of all, hold that. Hold that while I take the... Whoa, I was going to say take the mic. Did he? That's one thing. That's one thing. All right, listen. He did. He sent us. First of all, don't single me out like he just sending me bottles and no bottles for Queen type shit. He sent the bottles and the Ciroc truck to our house, and they set up a bartender joint in the front to celebrate their release of the new Ciroc. I don't drink Ciroc, so I never drunk it, Lissa. I never drunk it. I don't drink Ciroc. I don't drink vodka. Fuck. I'm gonna kill you, bro. That was so close. That was the closest I've ever been.
behavior.
I hate y'all.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Let's start with the mysterious Puffy's Flavor Camp, where Diddy would mentor teenage musicians like Usher and give them a
Someone
taste
said Diddy
of the
Spy
music
Fly.
industry.
Yo, shut
R&B
up.
sensation Usher was nothing short of a child prodigy. By age 13, he had already been discovered in Atlanta by L.A. Reid, and they sent him to New York City to record his debut album with Diddy. In 1994, Usher was just 14 years old, and he moved into Diddy's house to be a part of his Flavor Camp.
I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13.
Cat moved in. Usher moved in with Diddy at the age of 13 is wild.
What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Usher has been very reluctant to discuss what happened when he lived with Diddy. In a 2004 article with Rolling Stone, he said, "Puff introduced me to a totally different set of shit. Sex, specifically. Sex is so hot in the industry, man. While he was in New York, he lived at Puffy's house in Scarsdale.
Hold up. I had to knuckle up, figure shit out in New York by my motherfucking self. They called him Baby Huey, and he was the youngest member of the Bad Boy Posse.
There was always girls around. You'd open a door and see
Sex is so hot in the industry, man. While he was in New York, he lived at Puffy House Scarsdale. There was always girls around. You open the door and see
somebody doing it, or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. Some people look at this as nothing short of grooming a young boy.
No
One
limit
time,
to
Diddy
rock.
himself
Good looks with
detailed
the
what
sub.
living with Usher was like.
Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early than me. And now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
What the f did Puff just say?
Even though Kevin Hart was just joking, he really was the only one that seemed to question what Diddy was talking about. But Usher looks kind of uncomfortable. And you'll notice a theme where Diddy is very comfortable touching other people, embracing them, calling them pet names, and almost always the other person's body language screams they do not like it.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work.
But Usher is not the only artist in the industry who may have been a victim of Puffy's Flavor Camp. Justin Bieber was also mentored by Diddy early on in his career. Bieber, just after his 15th birthday, spent 48 hours with Diddy. Diddy gifted him a Lamborghini Gallardo and let the world know why him and the teenager were hanging out.
Where we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really.
Nigga say you doing it, daddy.
But,
Yo, that's
It's
crazy.
definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
Combs seems to be acting strange, but Justin seems alright. At the time, he was still a young star, glamorized by the industry. 1 year later, his demeanor towards Diddy was much different.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right,
doing?
young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. But you never really got my number, so.
Now, Combs is renowned for hosting lavish and star-studded parties that have become legendary in the entertainment industry. Diddy parties are famous for attracting A-list celebrities across all industries. "I had the craziest mix," Combs told Oprah. "Some of my boys from Harlem, Leonardo DiCaprio after he just finished Titanic, I had socialites there and relatives from down south." Diddy parties are typically hosted at luxury venues or his own private residences. The media were quick
These
to
clips
anoint him
hit
the
different. They hit
modern-day
different.
Gatsby,
Shoebox.
a title he embraced with open arms.
Yo, I'm not
After
gonna lie, they
typically hosted at
crazy.
luxury venues.
They crazy for posting. They know why. Somebody guess why they posted this exact picture. Like, just guess. Niggas know why, bro. They think they slick. And
or his own private residences. The media were quick to anoint him the modern-day Gatsby, a title he embraced with open arms. "Have I read The Great Gatsby?" he said to a reporter in 2001. "I am the Great Gatsby." However, many people forget that one of Diddy's first parties ever resulted in the deaths of 9 attendees. In 1991, 22-year-old Sean Combs was the promoter of the Heavy D's and Puff Daddy celebrity charity basketball game at City College's Nat Holman Gymnasium, the infamous Puffy Party where a stampede occurred taking the lives of 9 people. Some of the hottest
Why, nigga?
rappers in the game were set to attend. Boyz II Men, Phife Dawg, Big Daddy Kane, Jodeci, even LL Cool J and Mike Tyson showed up. The crazy part is that fans could see all of their favorite stars for just $12. The first problem occurred with the tickets. Keep in mind, this is in 91, so people had to go to physical locations like the Apollo Theater box office to buy tickets. Tickets were also sold at local shops like Boss Emporium, and even free tickets were given out on the radio by Funkmaster Flex. The facility could only hold 2,730 people, but they had no idea how many tickets they sold, as no proper system was set in place to keep track. Despite this, Gene Deal recalls Puffy requesting to cut security presence in half.
This particular day, Puff calls me the day before we supposed to do the party and say, yo, Gene, I don't need y'all to do the security outside. I got the FOIs to do it. So I said, man, I just told 18 guys. He said, I just need 8, I just need 8.
To clarify, the FOIs are Fruit of Islam members. One witness to the event said, "You cannot have an event like this in Harlem without those Muslims," said Oscar Davis, 32, of the Bronx. "Forget the police, they can't do nothing. The people in Harlem respect the Muslims." It was blatantly obvious that more people were outside than could actually fit in the gym. Despite the overcrowding, tickets were still being sold at the door, said Mario Salvaggi, a city police patrol chief. Fans entered through 2 side exits and funneled down the stairs, through the doors into the gymnasium. But once LL Cool J and Mike Tyson showed up, all hell broke loose. Mobs of people started swarming from outside to rush inside, pushing people forward towards the glass doors. The glass doors eventually were shut and needed to be pulled towards the crowd to be opened. Guards tried to instruct people to fall back, but they wouldn't listen. The pressure became so great that the glass doors shattered and people fell through them. Outsiders began stampeding and stomping over bodies to get inside the facility, but the problem just got worse as they needed to go down the stairs into the gym. The doors at the bottom of the stairs also needed to be pulled open towards the crowd, not pushed into the gym. So hundreds of people were squeezed up against these doors in this tiny stairwell with no way to escape. Also notice that these doors don't have any windows. So inside of the gym, people were having a great time. From the outside, you can hear them partying, playing music.
Yeah, and then outside niggas is
shouting over the
dying.
microphone. They didn't even know that just on the other side of those doors were people fighting for their lives. Eventually, they got the doors open. As much as 6 people were stacked on top of each other and began spilling onto the gym floor, finally relieving the pressure. People began trying to perform CPR on the ground. Someone announced over the microphone that 3 people died right there. This caused chaos, and the people inside the gym began trying to leave, stampeding back through the exact same stairwell where people were trapped in the first place. Police identified 5 men and 3 women dead at the scene, and 29 people were injured. A 9th victim died in the hospital days later. All of them died from asphyxiation. 8 families of the deceased settled wrongful death lawsuits against Mr. Combs and keep them private. However, over the years, disturbing rumors have spread regarding what happens during Diddy's parties, ranging from group sex rituals to casting couches where newcomers would secure their future in various industries. The biggest rumor is that aspiring male talent would need to pleasure other powerful men to advance their careers, and apparently it's an open secret in the music industry, which is why Shannon Sharp erupted in laughter when Cat Williams said,
"Cause P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did."
Now, Diddy has 6 biological children with 3 different women. He has had multiple high-profile relationships with the likes of Jennifer Lopez, Naomi Campbell, and Cassie. But you will notice that most of the party stories that circulate involve him being surrounded by men. Josh Ostrovsky, who goes by The Fat Jewish on social media, detailed his strange experience at a Diddy party.
I'm on ecstasy and I'm trying to find the bathroom and I can't find the bathroom and I get lost. So I open a door and in that room there are a bunch of men laying about and, you know, kind of like very like kind of leaning on each other. Not like if you were spooning but facing each other and like leaning up on your elbow and talking.
Like it would almost be the prelude to an orgy.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It was so prelude to an orgy. And who is lounging in my direct eye line? Puff Daddy, and Felix the House Cat, famed house music producer,
Yeah, no, I know who
are
that is.
basically spooning each other, and they're drinking a glass of Hennessy, and they're like sharing. They're like passing it back and forth,
And everyone's talking.
and everyone's just like talking.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I see them, I'm like,
All men, though. There's not
all
one
men,
woman in this room.
all men, and
Yeah.
they're all 100% on ecstasy.
Shortly after Josh and Diddy locked eyes, he was
Yo,
kicked out.
what?
Josh, who is a gay man, immediately felt like he was in a room full of other gay men. But there was no real accusation nor damning evidence here.
stop.
It could have just been a group of guys chilling. So let's take a listen to rapper Exhibit recounting his experience partying with Diddy.
Florida, we got invited to a Puffy party, the New Year's Eve party. He invited us to the house because he wanted to go to the club after. Puffy calls me outside. He's like, "Hey man, that girl you know about?" He's like, that's the devil, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "What you mean that's the devil?" So we get into the truck. He said, "Let's go to this club." You know, we sitting there bobbing to the music, and then she point over the corner. It's two dudes kissing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, "The f is this?" And then she point another direction. It's another dude over there like butt ass naked dancing. You know what I'm saying? We take off, man.
Based on X's story, it seems like Diddy brought him to a gay club. Or maybe coincidentally, Exhibit just looked at the only two gay couples in a regular club. 50 Cent also...
Nima subbed up with the prime. Appreciate you.
We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. He telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, "Yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit?" I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, "What the fuck this nigga just say?" It's a fruit pie. It's a fruit pie. Trust me.
Now, there is no doubt that homophobia has been prevalent in hip-hop forever. However, some people are just simply not gay, and Diddy's actions make them feel uncomfortable. Like rappers Fabulous and Jadakiss, who were pressed by Diddy on a podcast that got really awkward really quickly. He began by repeatedly calling the host Nori Daddy.
Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my bag
I like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
It's
scrambling
right here,
and
it's right
scraping for
here.
shit.
No, I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. You know, I've been practicing.
Then he proceeded
Yo, I like when you're scrapping and scrambling for shit. I like that.
to ask Fabulous why he didn't want to party with him.
See where I look
miss
back on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real? Because
I
saying
miss-
it seems like a thing.
I
With
miss
his
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
Yeah, we partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
It's saying it like he's saying it like party don't mean party. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like when I say Tina and I really mean weed. Like he's saying party, but it's not really the party he's referring to. It's like, because Fabulous is like, we party, bro. Like, I already partied with you. Diddy's like, nah, for your birthday, I want to party with you. Like, any nigga that tell him you want to party with me, that's pause.
No, but me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
Jadakiss kept his
Me and you really never partied. Like, he's like speaking in code.
head looking straight down for almost the entire interview, and you could tell Fabulous was very uneasy about Diddy's presence.
you on my
When
water
Diddy was
bottle.
confronted about it, this was his response.
You scrambling and scraping for shit.
That was you.
Scrambling.
What? You said, I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you're scrambling and scraping for shit.
Hey, man. Nah. I mean, I was
You don't
called,
go back and
no.
look at that stuff and laugh?
I mean, it could be funny. I don't really be on it like that.
It seems like he genuinely has no idea why people thought what he said was weird.
He says things, he doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says something fabulous and he goes, yo, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party.
Like, what? Yeah, like, party is mad people. Why do me and you have to party?
What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable.
But even with all the jokes, rumors, and secrets, nobody ever formally spoke out against Diddy and accused him of assault or abuse until 2019, when his ex-girlfriend Gina Huynh spoke publicly about what it's like to be in a relationship with him. Keep in mind that Gina was a side girlfriend for Diddy. The public didn't know about her because his public relationship was with Cassie Ventura, who he had been on and off dating for a decade.
Bro, this is like a whole movie.
Had caught me texting another man.
And off dating for a decade.
Where? All this footage, bro, I've never seen, like, I only seen like a few of these things. I've never seen some of this
Me
shit.
texting another man. We were in his closet and he like put pushed me and I fell to the ground. He like stood over me. He avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head, and I was just like covering my face. He like stomped on my stomach, like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, pleading to him like, can you stop? And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the
Bro, when was this?
back of my head.
She also claims that she was pregnant with his child in 2014.
You mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
He was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? I was like, I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him.
Gina did not take the money, but she also did not have the child. 4 years later, she got pregnant again. Gina goes on to detail multiple other instances of emotional
How is this all public and niggas don't know about this?
and physical abuse, but she never filed any formal charges.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wasn't she just recently arguing with Young Miami?
It wasn't all the way until November of 2023 that someone finally filed a formal...
And then weren't they just together recently? Like, not recently, but like when him and Carisha was dating, wasn't he like with her too? Yo.
A lawsuit against Diddy. After that, the floodgates were opened, and Sean Combs filed a formal lawsuit against Diddy. After that, the floodgates were opened, and Sean Combs' dark past crept out of the shadows. In the lawsuit, Cassie Ventura, his longtime girlfriend, accused Mr. Combs of repeated physical abuse over about a decade. As you can imagine, this lawsuit and these allegations went extremely viral. After all these years of shady rumors, weird behavior, and dark secrets, the entire world was prepared for
because she was actually with the nigga.
decline. Ventura and Combs met in 2005 when she was 19 and he was 37. He heard a song she was marketing called Me and You. He then contacted Ryan Leslie, who wrote Cassie's first single, and paired Bad Boy Records with Leslie's Next Selection imprint for the release of Cassie's debut album. In August 2006, Cassie released her self-titled album under Bad Boy Records. The pair formed a close relationship through working together for several months as Cassie became the face of Diddy's fashion label, Sean John. In 2007, Diddy separated from his longtime partner Kim Porter and started dating Cassie. Cassie alleged that Combs controlled nearly every aspect of her life, from her career to having access to her personal medical records. She claims he was frequently violent, physically abusing her multiple times a year, and that he often plied her with copious amounts of drugs, which made videos like this one seem awfully suspicious, where Cassie seems to be hiding from Diddy.
What you gotta say now? What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby, it's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
The court papers assert that others who worked with Mr. Combs helped him control Ms. Ventura, like suppressing her music if she did not obey his orders, or by helping to conceal his behavior. But it wasn't just mentally controlling. He also often got physically violent with her. In one incident in Los Angeles in 2009, the suit says that Mr. Combs became enraged when he saw Ms. Ventura talking to another talent agent, then pushed her into a car and kicked her repeatedly in the face, making her bleed. The suit also details Diddy's request for Cassie to engage in his newest sexual fantasy called voyeurism. Combs forced Ventura to have sex with male sex workers in different cities, encounters she claimed he watched, pleasured himself to, and recorded. This is the allegation that likely opened up a federal investigation into him sex trafficking people. According to the suit, Mr. Combs called these encounters freak-offs, which involved costumes, like masquerade masks and lingerie. The lawsuit continues to detail some of the most horrific masquerade masks and
because they're not reading the whole thing. Like, they continue for years, taking place at high-end hotels across the United States and at Mr. Combs' homes. The suit says that he instructed Ms. Ventura to search the websites of escort services to procure male sex workers.
lingerie. The lawsuit continues to detail some of the most horrific, embarrassing, and torturous behavior Diddy allegedly committed. Combs' lawyer, Benjamin Brafman, responded to the lawsuit on behalf of him. Mr. Combs vehemently denies these offensive and outrageous allegations. For the past 6 months, Mr. Combs has been subjected to Ms. Ventura's persistent demand of $30 million, under the threat of writing a damaging book about their relationship. Despite them denying everything, the lawsuit was settled just 24 hours after it
that shit was settled in like
know how much,
minutes.
but due to the severity of the charges, the public assumed that Diddy coughed up tens of millions of dollars to keep her quiet. And while Combs likely believed that he escaped Cassie's lawsuit unscathed, a woman named Liza Gardner filed a lawsuit on November 23rd. Gardner claimed that she and a friend met Combs and singer-songwriter Aaron Hall at an MCA Records event in either 1990 or 1992. They returned to Hall's apartment for an after-party where she was offered more drinks and was coerced into having sex with Combs, who assaulted both her and her friend. In another complaint filed the same day, Joy Dick Combs, who assaulted both.
It goes on to allege that after Combs finished doing his business, Jane Doe laid in bed, shocked and traumatized, while Combs went on to assault her friend. When Jane Doe began to get dressed, Hall allegedly barged into the room, pinned her down, and first forced her to have sex with him. The suit says Jane Doe recalls running away from the apartment, but says Combs appeared at the home the woman shared days later looking for her friend. Aaron Hall? Where's Aaron Hall at?
In another complaint filed the same day, Joy Dickerson Neal alleged that in 1991, she reluctantly went on a date with Combs, who intentionally drugged and said in 1991. In another complaint filed the same day, Joy Dickerson Neal alleged that in 1991, she reluctantly went on a date with Combs, who intentionally drugged and sexually assaulted her after their dinner. Diddy denied the allegations through a spokesperson who claimed that the women's claims were fabricated and accused them of exploiting the Adult Survivors Act. The New York's Adult Survivors Act temporarily eliminated the civil statute of limitations for survivors of sexual assault, which gave them the right to file a lawsuit against the perpetrator regardless of how long ago it occurred. Then another woman came out. Jane Doe alleged that Combs, his longtime lieutenant Harve Pierre, and a third unidentified assailant gang-raped her when she was 17 at Combs' Manhattan recording studio in 2003. Pierre, who previously served as president of Combs Bad Boy Entertainment, had also been sued by a former assistant, who alleges he used his position of authority as plaintiff's boss to groom, exploit, and sexually assault her several times between 2016 and 2017.
Yo, what the hell are we watching, chat? What are we watching, chat?
Trafficked Doe across state lines from Detroit to New York City on a private jet, supplied the teenager with drugs and alcohol until she couldn't consent, and then violently assaulted her. The complaint also included several photos that Doe alleges were taken at the studio that night, including one where she is sitting on Combs' lap. Enough is enough, Diddy said on Instagram. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy until she couldn't consent, and then violently assault at night, including one.
This pic is crazy, because she's 17.
Slap.
He's 30.
Enough is enough, Diddy said on Instagram. For the last couple of the awful accusing him. In February of 2024, Combs' former producer and videographer, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, filed a federal lawsuit against Combs, alleging Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him. According to the lawsuit, Rodney Lil Rod Jones...
Yo, imagine just trying to be the cameraman. Like, imagine trying to just record shit and niggas is just wildin'.
Lived with Combs between September 2022 and November 2023, during which he worked on Diddy's most recent album, the Love Album, Off the Grid. As Combs' videographer, Jones allegedly secured hours of footage and audio recordings of Combs engaging in illegal activity. The activity the suit alleges includes acquiring drugs, soliciting sex workers, providing laced drinks to minors, and sexual assault. Jones alleges that he was the victim of constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his anus by Mr. Combs. Mr. Jones was forced by Mr. Combs to work in Mr. Combs' bathroom as Mr. Combs walked around naked and showered in a clear glass enclosure. In the lawsuit, Jones also alleges that Young Miami, who is Diddy's most recent girlfriend, was among those who were paid a monthly fee by Diddy to work as his sex workers. Jones believed Diddy was grooming him with the goal of passing him off to others. While on a yacht in January of 2023, Jones alleges he was introduced to Oscar-winning actor Cuba Gooding Jr., who proceeded to grope and fondle him until being forcibly pushed away.
Yo,
Jones claimed that Diddy, who
that's a real pick.
Until being forcibly pushed away. Jones claimed that Diddy, who had dominion and control over Gooding Jr., failed to step in. Also in Jones's lawsuit, an unnamed rapper is mentioned as having been on Diddy's yacht, where they were allegedly seen consorting with underage girls and sex workers. This rapper is described as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Rapper Meek Mill is from Philadelphia and dated flirting with underage girls and sex.
Who's y'all concerned? Rapper.
As having been on Diddy's yacht, where they were allegedly seen consorting with underage girls and sex workers. Diddy's been. Also in Jones's lawsuit, an unnamed rapper is mentioned as having been on Diddy's yacht, where they were allegedly seen consorting with underage girls and sex workers. This rapper is described as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Rapper Meek Mill is from Philadelphia and dated Nicki Minaj from 2014 to 2016.
Yo, what?
That same unnamed rapper, also an unnamed R&B singer, and producer Stevie J allegedly engaged in sexual intercourse with Diddy. This allegation has people looking at that clip of Meek Mill in the pool with Diddy calling him daddy more suspiciously. Also, 50 Cent made some jokes about Diddy and Stevie J on Instagram, to which Stevie J responded with not denying the allegations, but challenging 50 Cent to a boxing match.
However it go, I want you to fade, nigga. Fuck all that.
Nigga! Huh! I told you, nigga. I told you. Now stay right here. I'm about to drown you. See? Now you done fucked up. Huh? You got anything else to say? You got anything else to say? Yeah, drown. Get off my business. Stay right there. Now you don't got nothing. Now you don't got nothing to do. You don't got nothing. You ain't flying nothing. You ain't doing nothing. And tell your homies to come see me.
Let me beat the shit out of you.
They got a problem.
Don't duck that. I'm calling you out. What you want to do, Curtis?
But the most shocking allegation made in the lawsuit was Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs has hidden cameras in every room of his homes, and that Diddy was secretly recording artists and powerful executives, like Lucien Grange, who was mentioned in the lawsuit, who may or may not have participated in the freak-offs.
God.
If this turns out to be true, we might see some of the most powerful people in the entertainment industry get
Don't
exposed.
do that. Don't pan to my nigga Jay-Z.
Be a part of the expose. He said on Instagram, shaking my head, "This is gonna be so good. What you want to bet I'm gonna get these tapes? I'll pay top dollar for them. You been over there? I don't go to Puffy's parties." However, it seems as though Sean Combs' reign of terror may be over. On March 25th, 2024, Homeland Security agents and other law enforcement officers raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami due to a possible ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Homeland Security expert Hal Kempfer added some insight that the evidence they're looking for includes laptops, flash drives, and anything that would connect Combs with the allegations. As of right now, we don't know what they found, and technically the feds never formally announced what they were looking for or why they were there. But it's safe to assume,
imagine
based on
niggas
the
with guns and
allegations,
helmets
conveniently, Diddy was
coming
not
to your
even in the
crib.
United States during the time of the raid. According to TMZ, Combs' private jet was spotted on the ground in Antigua, in the Caribbean, shortly after news of the raids broke. Many people believe he is fleeing the country, and today it seems like Diddy is spiraling. He just posted on social media trying to see who in the industry is on his side.
Hey, yo, right now, though, for real, yo, I need to know who with me, you know? Like, just straight up, like I don't have the time. If you with me, let it be known. If you don't with me, be quiet.
And just in case you wanted some more twisted allegations and insane conspiracy
Nigga sounded
theories,
evil right there. I
take a
never
look at
seen
the
him post
founders
that.
of
That's
Uptown
crazy.
Records, the people who gave Diddy his very first job in the music industry. Andre Harrell, dead at age 59. Heavy D, dead at age 44. Kim Porter, dead at age 47. And Albie Schur, who was just in a coma for 2 months and almost lost his life. Albie Schur is also the father of Diddy's oldest adopted son. Albie had a child with Kim Porter before she left him, married Diddy, and had children with him. Albie has recently been trying to reach out to his oldest son, hoping that he will leave Diddy and come back home, and when he got out of his coma, he strongly insinuated that Diddy was the reason behind it.
We're going to be producing the Albie Schur life story. So hold on to your britches, and you'll really understand how I ended up in a coma. You're really going to need to call Homeland Security.
Now, why would Diddy want the people who got him into the music industry in the first place to all be dead?
Yo, bro.
I don't know.
Why is shit like that not on this? See, that's, I'm not gonna lie. I gotta stop looking at the Shade Room. I get all my news from like the Shade Room, or if I see it on my... Bro, I've never seen this. He just got out of coma.
So hold on to your britches, and you'll really understand how I ended up in a coma. You're really going to need to call Homeland Security.
Now, why would Diddy want the people who got him into the music industry in the first place to all be dead? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But it seems like almost everyone around Sean Combs for his whole career either dies, disappears from relevance, or speaks out against his devilish ways. Yet nothing bad ever seems to happen to him. He just seems to get more successful and rich. Is it a coincidence? Maybe. But for now, we will just have to see how this all plays out. Based on everything you have learned in this video, you probably think he is guilty. But as of right now, he is innocent until proven Diddy.
He tried to be a little slick right there at the proven Diddy.